Hello Linux lovers, my name's Wimpy. I didn't check my audio was working before. So many things have changed. Hello, some things are working. Hello, who was that? Hello Paul. Good morning. Bit later than usual today because I'm experimenting again. You may notice that the chat overlay looks a little different, and I'll get into that. But on the stream today, for actual doing stuff, I'm going to add some plugins to the OBS Portable build. But before I get into that, I've been messing around with OBS again, and I am once again testing multi-streaming because that's something we want to do at work, and so I'm trying out some new stuff. Now, I will be interested to know if anyone knows where else I'm streaming. So can anyone discover where else the streams are happening? I'd be interested to know if you can uncover them. Yes, I'm using the Ubuntu font in this one because it's very readable. So also exciting news that you're getting fibre soon, Yannick, all the way there in them hills. The way that you will communicate that you've found the other streams is that you will tell me positively with assuredness where I am streaming. Now, I'll give you a clue. One of them is the same place as last time. But I'm curious to see if anyone can see that stream in the other place. I'm hoping not, because that's my intention. But there is somewhere else I am streaming that is public. At least I think it is. I should go and check, shouldn't I? Let's have a look over here and do that. Okay. I'm just going to click a button on a website that I've never seen or used before. I'm not sure if this is working over here or not. Let's mute that and... Oh, wow. What the heck? That seems to be very far behind the... Oh, no. There we go. Oh, okay. Right, okay. So, I am... nothing visible on YouTube. Okay, good. That is my intention. So what I will do, because this is also going to be part of the experiment, is for those of you in Discord... sorry if I'm casting around looking at places. So those of you in our Discord channel, which is here, I'm about to paste a link. And yeah, that's me typing now. So what I'm interested to know is those of you that have accounts on the other place that I'm streaming to there, if you can send some messages in the chat there, I want to see that those messages come through here. That's one of the tests that I want to conduct, and this is for science, so that I can up our game with our work streams. So I'm curious to know whether that works. And then, yeah, I'm streaming on this other place as well, which seems to be working. In fact, seems to be working just fine. So, yeah. Right then, so I'm going to share some streaming information about how and what I'm using. I'm just looking at things I've never seen before whilst I've been streaming. I'm looking around at different control panels. Good morning, Adjusa. How you doing? Right then, let's push some buttons and see if everything still works. That appears to work. So, the other day I tested multi-streaming using restream.io, and it worked fine. I have no complaints, and it has some of that multi-chat stuff. But then I found this service called Live Push, which I have never used before.
Thank you for the follow, Torfeek Software.
Hello, Torfeek Software. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. So, I'm giving this a try for a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm curious to see if there's any improvement in the latency because one of the things with these streams is being able to respond to chat quickly, and all the rest of it tends to be, you know, quite advantageous. So I'm curious to know what the latency is like using this service, and we'll do some latency tests in a moment, although I think it's quite a way behind. I think looking at this, I'm looking at my Twitch window and I just saw the alert go off for that follow, so I think it could be 30 seconds behind now. Anyway, I'm using Live Push. Here are some reasons why, if you want to do multi-streaming, Live Push might be good for you. There's no watermarking. I'm using the free version. There's no watermarking, so they don't embed anything in your stream. There doesn't seem to be any limits on quality either with the free platform, and it will allow you to stream for 20 hours per month. So to actually try it out, it hasn't cost me a penny to actually go in and configure it. Okay, to go in and configure it. And I'm currently using it to stream to multiple places to test this out because I want to use it for work. And so Yannick is asking where else I might be streaming. I'm going to try an experiment. I am going to do this. I'm going to do this. There we go. Hopefully. So, that didn't come through at all. Hey, noob of the Linux. So, that's interesting. So, that doesn't appear to work. I wonder why. Oh, I wonder. I'm just testing something. So I'll tell you where I'm streaming, Yannick. I will give you a clue. So I am going to pass a URL again. This is in the Discord, so only those of you that are in our Discord will get this. So there we go. Those of you in Discord, you now find the other thing. Oh, you found it, have you? So anyway, so I'm using this Live Push to do the multi-streaming, and it's also what's rendering the chat overlay as well today. So I experimented with Restream's multi-chat thing, because again, I want to learn these things so we can use it for work. The advantage of this one is, although this is pretty much verbatim one of their themes that you can use, it was really, they provide all of their CSS in a single file, so it was really easy to go and grab that CSS, chuck it in Visual Studio Code, format it and edit it with my preferences, and then paste it into the browser source configuration to tune it to what I wanted. Yep. So you've so formatted. No, it's CSS. It's just a CSS file, but you can put CSS overrides into OBS browser sources. So I've tinkered with this a bit last night to set it up, and I see something isn't working, but I suspect that's a configuration mistake on my part. So I'm just going to see if there. Oh no, that doesn't. Maybe that thing doesn't work at all. Okay, so has anyone tried sending a message from? So I think that thing from Yannick. So there's a chat message. I'm looking at the on-screen chat, the rendered in the browser. There's a message there from Yannick Murray, and I suspect that was sent from YouTube. Yannick, is that right? Is that where that one came from? If that's the case, then great. Oh, hello. What am I looking at here? So that works. So I also have something else to talk about, which I haven't got fully set up. Yes, excellent. Thank you, Yannick. That's perfect. So I've also got something else that I've been tinkering with but don't have set up. I have it running in another browser window over here. But what we'll do is we'll go and have a look at this now. So Yannick, I think you might be interested in this. This is from the Video Ninja developer, and it's called Social Stream, and it's a way to get multi-chat overlays working in OBS, of course, using every, here we go, in the README, every chat service imaginable, and it's all done through a browser extension. So in Yannick, no third-party services required. So I've got this running, and let me just pop it out. I'll pop this out here, move to a new window. So I have it running here. Here it is. So here's the chat that's running, and at the moment I've only got it configured to look at Twitch and this site here. But you know, I could set it up to do. In fact, shall I try and get the other thing working as well? Let's see if we can do that. I think I have to go here and change that to that, and then click that. Aha, there we go. I see several of you, in fact, so thank you, Ajuza, Esme, Danny, and Yannick for typing test messages in the other place. It's not, because your usernames are so similar, it's actually quite difficult for me to spot that those were coming from other sites, so thank you for that. So I'm now going to say thanks for commenting here. And there we go. Did that get picked up down here? I'm not sure it did it? Might be off the bottom of the screen at the moment. Let's resize this window. Scroll down. Ah, yes, there we go. And now it works here as well. So there we go. That third service you're streaming to doesn't show up anymore. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm looking at it now. I'm not sure which. Let's be clear. I see that Trovo's working, and I see that YouTube appears to be working. But as I say, it's all testing. Trovo, I'm looking at it now, Yannick. I think I'm looking at it now. I'm definitely looking at animated video. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, so anyway, it has Teams. Yeah, it does all sorts. So I'm not sure how well this integrates, you know, as a browser source and all the rest of it. I haven't well, I don't know, Yannick. All I can tell you is I'm looking at it at the moment in another browser over here. Isn't auto-scrolling it. Oh, I see. I wonder why that is then. So that's the... Oh, I think I know what it might be. I wonder if it actually has to have the pop-out. Let's try this again, because all of those messages just turned up, didn't they? So move this. So I think what I'm learning here is it does say in the documentation that the way you get this to work is you have to have pop-out chat in most cases for it to work. And it looks like for Twitch it can be in a tab, but for Trovo it looks like it might actually have to be in a pop-out window. There we go. Okay, so that did turn up, and of course what you can see is Trovo is not working with multi-chat from live push. So that's an interesting issue. So I understand what you're saying now. I thought you were just talking about the stream generally. Yeah, okay, so you get the idea. But anyway, so you can see on screen the chat coming through from multiple places. So it might be required that the pop-out windows need to be open. I wonder if I could just stick those on a different workspace, because you don't really want all of those. So I'm going to drop this one over here. It should work, shouldn't it? Because it's basically all the same browsery thing. So, okay, that appears to be working fine. Now, the other thing that this does, Yannick, that I think you'll really like, this social stream here, you won't see. In fact, let's do it. So here's the plugin here. It also has a featured chat overlay. So I'm going to open that in a new tab, and I'm now going to pick one of your messages, and I'm going to click on it like so, and you'll now see it does featured chat, but it's doing featured chat from all of the places where the messages come from. So I can also click on this one, doink, and go over here, and there we go. We've now got a message that Esme sent that came from YouTube chat. So I thought you might like that. When I found this, I thought, yeah, this is definitely for definitely for Yannick. And of course, I want to be able to do this, because although I'm using featured chat here on Twitch, for example, this is featured chat. Featured.chat is the site, but it only works with Twitch, which is great. But when we start streaming for work, by the way, my work streams are over at twitch.tv/slimdevops. But when we start doing multi-streaming with work, we obviously want to retain that chat overlay feature, but for wherever the messages are going to come from. We're going to start by streaming to YouTube and Twitch, but I want to add LinkedIn and probably Twitter as well, if we can get approved. Yeah. Nice plug. Yeah. Yeah, I can do better. The only thing that's a bit tricky is now I've got all these windows open. I don't know where to type my stuff in. So if I go here, we're going to be streaming for work today as well. So that is where I stream for work. So you'll see that in Twitch chat. And those of you that are looking for the message. So this is interesting to see what gets do that. There we go. So I can do both of those. That seems to work quite well. So if you head over to twitch.tv/slimdevops and go and hit follow or whatever you do on Twitch, that would be great, because I'm going to be streaming over there with Stephen later. Going to be looking at some cool stuff he's been working on. So anyway, there we go, messing around with multi-streaming and multi-chat experiments for work. I'll drag that out of the way. But this is the social stream, which, yeah, I will paste a link to here. And I see some interesting comments there. So Noob of the Linux says, do you have a Facebook account anymore? If you're asking me, I do still have an account, a Facebook account. I don't use it. In fact, I think last year it was, I went through and I deleted. I didn't want to delete the whole account, but I don't use it. But I deleted a load of stuff in there, just like completely purged it. All of the information that they collect in the various forms, I removed most of it. But then a couple of days ago, I did go into that Facebook account and create a Facebook page. I'd also deleted all of the Facebook pages. So we had one for the Ubuntu podcast, we got rid of. We had one for 8-Bit Versus, got rid of that. I got rid of the ones for Ubuntu Mate, and I also got rid of the page for Wimpy's World. I went and recreated the Wimpy's World page over the weekend purely because you might see there's a thing over my shoulder here which is displaying numbers and things. And I wanted to integrate that with Instagram, but you could only do it with Instagram business accounts, and you need a Facebook page for that. So long-winded answer. I have a Facebook account. I never use it, except I had to link my Instagram account to a Facebook page over the weekend. Yeah, I don't blame you for deleting it. I did consider completely deleting my account because I had no use for it, but I decided that I'd keep it in case I ever needed to, well, do what I did, for example, some kind of weird integration. Right, okay, so I think, hey Rich, how you doing? Welcome back. So I guess you can't have mods in that new featured chat. So Yannick is asking about this. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. I guess you can't have mods to use that new featured chat. Well, I think you could work around that because it has a URL that takes you to that featured chat thing, but as you saw, there's no like queue up a message. It's not as feature complete as featured chat, but it does enough for, you know, what I want to do. So you could share that URL with your moderators and they could just click on the chat messages and that would, you know, make them appear. So you could do it that way. Yeah. So, you know, for the likes of us, you know, with, you know, a few close friends that are the mods and all the rest of it, and we've got small streams, I think it would be workable. But he's very active on Social Stream, so this is his second project of this sort. I actually found the precursor project, and it's signposted as come and use this one because this is where all the work's going. Now, whilst we're on his site, in fact, we'll just do this. So here we go. This was the project that I actually found, which was where he started working on this, and he sort of, you can see that he, you know, forked an existing project, did a load of work. He basically he keeps it somewhat up to date, but he's encouraging people to come over to this one. But what I also found was another project of his which we could have really done with, because it's called Versus. And you know, all of that stuff we were doing with OBS to do our gaming, it's basically a repackaged version of Video Ninja just for doing esports. Precisely what we were doing. And he's got a video on his YouTube channel where he talks about it all. So this, I think I'm going to have to take a look at a point, because it's got a really simple interface to setting resolutions and bit rates and frame rates and all the rest of it, and it seems to work extremely well. So yeah, that was this was another good discovery. Pretty nifty, sort of repurposing. And he was saying that he's going to create like niche sort of applications that sit on top of Video Ninja, so that he can like repackage the way it works for discrete purposes. And this is his first one, although the chat thingy also uses the Video Ninja peer-to-peer data protocols for, you know, reflecting all of the chat messages around. Anyway, there we go. There's a little bit of OBS chit chat and multi-streaming and multi-chat and all the rest of it. So what I'm going to have a go at now is this plugin is required by some friends of mine that use OBS portable builds. For any of you, I don't think there's anyone in chat who was at the meetup in London, but if you were in London, or maybe one of the Fibbing Dice players, you will know that the friends I'm referring to are the ones that send me coffee. And so if you understand that reference, you know to whom I'm referring here. So they use this plugin to do something a bit like multi-streaming, but without having to pay multi-stream service providers, effectively multi-streaming directly out of OBS itself. So, but this currently isn't in OBS Studio Portable, so I'm going to add it back, and we're going to have to add it twice. We're going to have to add one version for OBS 27, and then a newer version for OBS 28, and that's because of the changes in Qt and the build tooling changes. So, I think what we'll do is we'll just look down here, because I think this is an in tree. It builds in, here we go. So yes, it sits inside the OBS Studio source and builds as an in tree plugin. So this should be quite straightforward. Right, okay, let's have a go then. So what's LOFC? I don't know what that means. LOFC. And I can't remember what that means. Right then. So we will copy this bit here. And we will need to look at the releases, because we will need 2 versions of this. So let's drop over to Visual Studio. Wonder if this will work. There we go. So let's do that, and let's go to, oh gosh, this, I really need to change the other keyboard. So here's OBS Studio Portable. Let's create a new branch. Let's do this properly. So let's make sure we're all up to date with anything that's merged upstream. Okay. We'll create a new branch here. We'll add RTSP server. Okay. Good. Okay then, let's think. We need to code the plugin configurations for 27 in tree, and also build a plugins 28 in tree. I'm not going to add this to OBS 26 because my friends don't use OBS Studio 26. So we should be able to just, which one's this, 27, we should be able to paste that in there. So we need the URL like so, and then the version that we want. So for OBS, this is the last release to support OBS 27.2.4. So we want this one here, this version. And this needs to go into the plugins directory. So I've got a little parser in the build script which pulls out these as URLs, and it knows that this is actually the URL to the source code. This is a tag or commit reference, and then this is the directory in the OBS source tree that it should be overlaid onto. So that should be good for 27. And in fact, let's start a build over here. Do we have any artifacts at the moment? Oops. We do. So we will keep those around for the moment. So we're just going to do an auto build, and we're not going to do, yeah, we'll do jammy, and we're going to do 27. I can't remember what the build version is, so let's just code build config. This is one of Danny's contributions, and it made, I refactored it a little bit because I put actual version numbers in here because I was using major versions before and that was getting cumbersome. So if we do that, that should do one build of OBS Studio on Jammy, so that we can use to test that this plugin builds in the source tree correctly. There we go. Right then, so we'll let that run whilst we go and add the next one. So, I see, now I understand. Yes, Danny was in London at the meetup. Yes, so Danny knows who who my friends are that send me coffee. Hello there, Doxapit. Oh, wow, that's a mouthful of a username. Welcome to the stream. What am I working on? Okay, let's open up the actual project. So I'm working on portable builds of OBS Studio for, oh, I forgot to save. That isn't going to actually do anything, is it? Silly me. I'm working on portable builds of OBS Studio for Ubuntu, but they have over 40 plugins baked into the source build. So you get a version of OBS Studio that is replete with all of the different plugins that, well, I use, friends use to make OBS really amazing. So I'm just going to try and interrupt this build because it's not going to do anything interesting. We'll kick that off again now I've saved that file. There we go. We'll just get that going again. So what I'm working on right now is I'm adding a new yes, I am. So docs op6. God, that's, I don't quite know how I'm supposed to say that, but yeah, let me show you exactly what we've got here. In fact, I need to make some documentation changes to make it clear. But this is the plugin that I'm currently adding. The project itself is here. In fact, have I got a chat command for this? If I do that, there we go. So there's a link in chat for you as well, and the project is called Not Fully Loaded. That was another OBS project which is now effectively being replaced by this one. So this is the project here, and it builds from source, and here's the current matrices of what we support, although what I'm about to tag on the end here, we also build the current beta release as well. So it builds OBS Studio 26, 27, 28 across these three versions of Ubuntu, and then they have a number of plugins built into them by default. And here are, well, in fact, I say here are all of the plugins that are baked in. So it's, apart from two of the plugins, they're all of the plugins are built from source, and it's all automated thanks to Danny, who's here in chat. So all the builds are automated in GitHub Actions as well. So it uses the same build process locally, which is what I've got running. Gosh, over here. Oh, I went by it. I blew right past it. There we go. So this is a build running locally inside a container, and that's to check that, you know, it builds and works properly. And providing that's all fine, when I then submit it up to GitHub, I'll tag a release, and GitHub will build the 32 different versions of OBS. That container is pretty fast. Yes, there's a reason for that. the reason that that container is pretty fast might have something to do with this. He says that doesn't render inside of there it goes. It's just slow as hell. Okay, let's do something that's quicker. There we go. That's why. There's lots of CPUs in this computer. So yeah, the wonderful world of Threadripper. It's a developer's dream. Absolutely love it. Yeah. So there we go. Right. So whilst that one's building, what we'll do is we'll pick this one up. We'll go and add this to the plugin list for the OBS 28 build. Oops, I didn't actually pick it up. There we go. So I is actually going to be going in there like so. So let's just save that in the... I like things alphabetically so I can quickly find them when I need to. There we go. So that's everything for 27. This is 28. So once that build's finished, we'll... Oh, this version number's wrong. We need to go and get the 3.0 beta release, I think, for OBS 28. There we go. So it's not actually a final release yet for 28, but we'll grab it anyway. And then drop that in as the version number for this one. There we go. Save that. Yes, I've got a Threadripper. Yeah, you just, yeah, I did catch up there in the end as well. Yeah. It's been a good workhorse, this machine, and I've got an office that I work out of a few days a week, and I've got the Ryzen 5950 in that machine, and that's very capable as well, and I really like it. And I was thinking, you know, with the new release of the Ryzen 7000 series CPUs, whether or not I'd like sell this and build a new Ryzen box here to replace this one. But actually, looking at how it performs, I don't think the new 7950 can actually outperform this. So I think I'll keep hold of this for a little bit longer. Morning, King Egypt. How you doing? Yeah, it was, the CPU was pricey, but it's definitely worth it when you've got big builds to do. So, is Moore's Law slowing down? Well, it's not a fair comparison, is it? The sort of consumer part versus the Threadripper part. You know, it doesn't have as many CPU cores. I'm sure when they release Threadripper based on the Ryzen 7000, it will be, you know, significantly better. But, you know, I bought this. This is obviously using... So this is not using the Threadripper Pro, which came out and has got a new socket. I was a bit irritated that, you know, when I bought this, my thinking was there will be at least one other generation of CPUs, Threadripper CPUs, that will fit this system, and they didn't do that. They changed the design, so that was a bit of a bummer. What's the name of that service you use to stream to multiple places? So let me just put that on screen. So are you talking about the one I'm using right now, or the one I used the other day? Because I used Restream the other day, which is fine, but I had to spend money to evaluate it, which I wasn't all that happy about. but the one I'm using right now is this. So let me stick a link in the chat for you. So that's what I'm using now, and as I say, 20 hours. The free plan includes 20 hours streaming a month, and there are no caveats. It is fully enabled. No watermarking, no bitrate caps. You're just limited to 20 hours, and I think that's actually a really decent, you know, I mean, I've been streaming for 44 minutes. I mean, I imagine it works fine, right? I am streaming to 3 places to test it, to see how it works. And in fact, it also has, I'm looking at it now, I'm looking at the dashboard for Live Push. It also has some simple HTML you can embed in any website, and you can actually stream to your own site as well. So that I like a lot too, because when I come to do, because this is an experiment for work, so when we start multi-streaming with work, which will be hopefully later today, it'll be nice to have like a permanent page on the Slim AI website, where it's just like, if there's a live stream happening, you can see it. 5 hours per week. Yeah, I think so. 20 hours wouldn't quite be enough. I mean, I'm still getting back into a good flow with my streaming again since the hiatus. So it's been 3 weeks I've been back now, and I'm trying to stream at least 3 times a week, but really I want to try and stream 4 or 5 times a week. And if I hit that 4 or 5 times a week, then I should hit around 25-30 hours a month, something like that. But the other thing is the paid plans for this. I know I sound like a salesperson for this. I'm not affiliated with them, and I just like it. Their basic plan is only $8 a month, which is, I'm gonna say, half what Restream costs. And that doesn't have any caps at all, so their basic plan is very good. Oh, it does have branding in the player, which I think is this embedded player that I was just talking about. So actually, for our work, we would go with this Pro one for $12.75, which is still less than Restream. But yeah, I think here we go. I'm streaming to the maximum destinations at the moment, which is 3 on this starter plan, but the regular plan can go to 10. So even the 3 services is pretty decent for evaluating it. Anyway, so there it is, Yannick. Have fun with that. And I think it talks about the features here, and it was the feature I was searching for was this multi-chat thing. So I found it because I was looking for multi-chat overlays, because technically I don't actually need a service like Live Push or Restream to do the multi-streaming, but I was interested in aggregating chat solutions, so I found it because of this page on their website, but ended up trying out the whole thing. Right then, I can see there are some messages. Is Tommy just dropped by? Hello Tommy, welcome. Hello Neg Vorsa, I think I've got that right. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. So Tommy, I saw so Tommy says, so NixOS YouTube video by Wimpy incoming when? So I saw your comment on my Twitter poll that I did last night when you were talking about Nix. I've got the message. I know you're trolling me, but when I read your Twitter message, I was like, oh, I've got a good idea. I've not done anything to actually start my NixOS journey, so I thought that's something I could do in live streams. I could use QuickEmu, one of my projects, to create a really decently sized VM and literally start from, and this would be legitimate, start from, I really don't know what I'm doing, but let's get NixOS installed, let's get all of the desktop stuff that I want, let's get all of the tooling that I want.
Follow Docs6.
So I'm seriously considering like doing that on stream. Maybe not like for these, like I'm going to do some coding projects, but I'm thinking when I sit down and think, right, now I want to learn a bit of Nix, I'll just live stream it, and I will just go on a journey, and you can all come along with me and point out all of my mistakes as we go. So what's this now? I see a response. I think I'm allowed to stream to... No, we are not allowed to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. If you are an affiliate or a partner, you are not allowed to multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube, even though I'm doing it right now. But I'm doing it for science. This is probably the last time it's going to happen. I'm doing it to learn the process. And I'm also doing it to an unlisted stream. And the fact that bit worked is good, because what I might do is I might continue to multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube, or always have it go to an unlisted stream on YouTube, because then the video archive of the stream is there on YouTube, and when I want to make it live on YouTube as an archived stream, I can just do that the next day and just mark the stream live. So it will save me some time actually having a local recording that I edit and upload to YouTube separately, which would be good. So we're not allowed to multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube. We are allowed to multi-stream to some places, and we are allowed to stream to Twitch and then stream to YouTube. So that's the bit that's new, is we don't have to stream exclusively on Twitch, but we can't multi-stream to Twitch and other popular platforms that Twitch competes with, like YouTube and Facebook. But you know, whatever. But if you're not an affiliate or not a partner, so if you haven't accepted that contract, then you are allowed to multi-stream. So I deliberately didn't accept the affiliate contract for our work Twitch account because I knew I wanted to multi-stream. So hopefully that clears that up. So hello Gary, how you doing? Yeah, okay. So I think so, Yannick. My understanding is this. I think that if I multi-stream to Twitch and to an unlisted YouTube channel, an unlisted YouTube video, I think I'm bending the rules but not breaking them, because if I remember correctly, the terms of service of Twitch say that any content that was streamed on Twitch can't appear on any other video platform until 24 hours after the original stream. So because I'm streaming to an unlisted channel that nobody can see, or rather an unlisted stream that nobody can see, I'm not breaking the rules. But then 24 hours later I can simply just go into the YouTube Studio dashboard and mark that stream live without having to do all of the editing and stuff that I currently do. So I think that workflow would be legit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't have to transfer the files manually either. You can from the Twitch creator dashboard. In fact, whilst we're chatting, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's go over here and kick off. Oh, we're still running. This one's still going, look. You can go to the creator dashboard on Twitch, and you can go to the content section. You can tell it to export your Twitch video to YouTube. It will do that for you, so that will do the transfer directly, which obviously saves some time. But obviously doing it this way with the multi-streaming means that it's just there. I don't have to do any manual steps. And also, one of the features of Live Push that I'm using is you can create the description, or the title and description, and synchronize it to all of the places you're streaming to, so you also get the same content everywhere as well. So there, that's how I'm thinking I'm going to continue doing the live streaming thing, multi-streaming thing, just to have the stuff directly on YouTube, just to minimize the time it takes to archive streams on YouTube. Yes, and Tommy, you make a good point. This is also a legitimate solution. I can't see your message. Yes, here it is. So Tommy makes the point you could just ask Twitch to remove your affiliate status, which is absolutely a thing we could do, and I may do at some point in the future. So for those of you that don't know, I actually started streaming on YouTube. That's where I got into streaming, and then I started streaming gameplay stuff on Twitch because that felt like the right place to do it. But then once I came to Twitch and I sort of saw, well, what the broader Twitch community is like, and also the fun you can have with live streams and all the different integrations, I kind of stayed for the fun factor, and then weirdly started streaming game stuff on YouTube, because this then became all live coding stuff. But I may return to YouTube at some future date. I don't think it's going to be soon, but certainly having the sort of multi-stream capability and testing the waters with that is helpful for potentially making that transition at some future time. And Gary's here, so everyone should be following RW Grim as well. So Gary says, and you'll see from the icon here, Gary's the lead developer of Pigeon, the messaging client. So you'll want to head over to Gary's channel. Let's do this the right way. Like so. And then we'll do it the way that my chat messaging stuff actually can do it. And we'll do it that way as well. There we go. So everyone go and give Gary a follow. So Gary says that export to YouTube, I set it to go live 24 hours after. Yeah, exactly. Even for edited content. But yeah. Yeah, so at the moment, when I'm streaming, in fact it's doing it now, it's making a local recording, and my traditional workflow has been, and that local recording is a high bitrate version. So I take that local recording, I chuck it into Shotcut, I top and tail it, so I basically remove everything, all of that 4-minute intro where the music's playing and we're playing Parachute Drop. I remove all of that, and then I just apply a fade in, fade out filter, and I export that video. And then I upload that exported video to YouTube and do exactly what Gary's just said. Set it to be scheduled and set it 24 hours after the stream happened here. Although I'm a bit behind, I've got some videos to edit, or one to edit and then some others to turn on that I multi-streamed like this. So yeah, but that's just, it's not a lot of effort, but it's probably 5 minutes to edit the video, waiting around for 15 minutes maybe to export the video, then uploading it, which takes like another 15 minutes because they're gigabytes, and then messing around in the YouTube studio, that's like another 10 minutes. So getting rid of that workflow is going to be good. Right then, so I see we've got some other messages there. What we got here? I see questions about Pigeon coming in for Gary. And yes, Shotcut, in my opinion, it is by far and away the best open source video editor out there by a country mile. I wish everyone would stop banging on about Kdenlive, because by comparison it is like the dark ages over on Kdenlive. Not great at all. So why am I downloading? Oh, because I'm watching multiple streams and I didn't realize it. Yes, okay, yes. So I'd forgotten I'd got tabs open with the other streams going in them. Okay, well that makes sense. So I'm really thrashing the jolly old internets today. Well, there we go. So Shotcut is ace. It's really good. It's never, he says now, it's never crashed on me. They have a portable build for Linux as well, so I use their portable build. And it's got GPU acceleration for timeline scrubbing with the filters applied and all the rest of it. And if you've got an NVIDIA GPU, it has accelerated video encoding as well. So it's great. It's really good. Quick cut when? No, not necessarily. Actually, so I did think. So Danny has just said quick cut when. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's go here. I did consider making a port get because, well, first of all, there's, Yannick's done Quick OBS, which is a GUI to sit on top of installing OBS portable builds. And then I use the portable build of Shotcut. And I've said I'm going to return to some game development stuff in November, and I obviously use Godot for that, and Godot, if you don't realize, is literally a single binary. So in essence I'm using the portable version of OBS because that's the only way it's available. And there's a couple of others as well, I forget what they are, so I was thinking portget, because the reason I created debget is because I got boilerplate in all of my setup and configuration scripts, all grabbing debs from GitHub releases, and now I've got a few of these portable builds in those same scripts, and it's like should probably do something about that. But where does it end? Because then what the internet needs is an app store for app images or something like that, like a GUI, a front end for that sort of stuff. So Padsa asks about Shotcut, and I'm just going to see if I can find your message here, Padsa, so I can bring it up on screen. I don't think I've seen VA API in the. I tell you what, let's learn together. Let's find out. Oh bother! What have we got here? We've got failed build. That's disappointing. Okay. I wonder why the build failed. A whole bunch of stuff to do with Lua, but that doesn't look like you got the problem. Now here's the problem. Everyone was oohing and ahhing over all of those threads. The problem is then when you do a compile, you have to find where the build failed. And it failed in Scene Switcher, which I didn't change in any way, yet that has failed. So let's let's try build enter jammy. Does it throw away the... There we go. So this is the container that we created, and I've just jumped into it. So we'll just try OBS build. I think I just have to pass it that. So that will rerun the build. I think that's a bogus failure. I don't know what would have caused that, but we'll just see if that runs. And whilst that's going, let's go and start up Shotcut and find out the answer to Padz's question, because I don't know. We'll learn. Right then, let's just gonna have to make this much smaller. Much smaller. Just resizing windows off screen. Here we go. So this is Shotcut, and we'll open. That's a recorded thing. You can see these ones. These are interesting. These are the ones that I had local recordings of that I never uploaded to YouTube, and they're from ages ago. Right, so we'll open that and we'll hit pause here. We'll drag this onto the timeline, and we will click on the export button here, and we'll just say cancel that. Right, so here we go. So this is what we can do. So it says here, hardware encoder configure. Ah, there we go. Yes, it can. It can do VAPI. So there we go. I'd forgotten. So if I click on that, and let's do... Oh, I need to change it here as well. So So that's a bit misleading. So actually we want to turn those two on. I don't know what this does. Well, let's click on detect. Let's see what that did. Oh, configure. It doesn't detect. So I've got two GPUs in this computer. I've now got an RX 6700 XT, which is my main GPU for desktops and what have you. And I've also got an NVIDIA T1000, which I just use for encoding, so it's what's doing the stream at the moment. Well, let's try manually ticking those, and let's try changing that to H.264 VAPI there, and let's take this video and we'll just do that. We'll clip it here. We'll get rid of all of that, and we'll just encode that, right? And see if it works. It's either going to fail or it's going to work, right? That can only be the two outcomes. So let's hit save. No, that failed. So I mean, I will have to investigate this further. It's possible if you've only got a single GPU, it will work. It's highly likely that this has confused it in some fashion. Can I view the log? So, failed to initialize VA API, it says. Ah, this is why. Oh no, it found the init function. Okay. So it found the library. Oh, but the init failed. There we go. So something to do with like I say, this is a portable build. So something here failed to initialize the VAPI stuff. So it's there. Maybe other versions or builds of Shotcut will work. I don't know. As it happens, this isn't an issue for me because I always use NVIDIA for doing the encodes. But at least we answered the question. I get to use this as well now for my fading out stats because I want to click up here. No, I won't save that. You're welcome, Padza. We were learning together, so yes, the support's there. It doesn't work in their portable build, so something to look into, I guess. Right then, see you, Tommy. Right, let's see. Did this build stopped. Subcommand failed. So it still failed to build. Oh, hang on a minute. I've seen this. I've seen these sporadic build failures. And it's nothing to do with the build process. What is it? I've seen this happen when there is a mismatch between systemd on the host and systemd in the container. But there shouldn't be any mismatches at the moment. Oh, here we go. We've also got this error here. Is not set. Okay, well that's disappointing. Scene switcher. Okay. Open VR condition. Well, that's fine. We know about that. That's perfectly normal. So what's this? We probably need to fix this regardless. Add library. See, is not set. Source file extensions must be explicit. Okay. Okay, well, we'll assume that that wasn't the reason for the fail. So why is the Lua stuff failing? Because I know all of this builds. How odd. Let's go again. See if it will step past that this time. Systemd in a container, not just systemd in a container, Gary. Systemd containers. I'm using systemd as the container orchestrator. There we go. So still failed, but I bet it's failed on something different this time. It got into building StreamFX, so oh gosh, this is the only problem. All those threads, compiling stuff. I can't fire the my buffer's not big enough to find the fail. Let's just run it again. Yeah, it's in this container, so it's just built. It's just a test build, but yeah, in the root context. Oh, there it was. There it was. I saw something whiz by. Oh, it's gone. Bother. I think I've got. No, I don't actually keep the compiler logs. I might have to add that to this. So use terminal search. Yeah, maybe not. So let's have a look here. As the orchestrator, sure, whatever. No, I thought this was a container where the app needed systemd. No, the app doesn't need systemd. I'm using systemd-nspawn to create the container and step into it. I've stepped into it manually. I was operating this through a set of CI scripts, but because it failed, I just jumped in to poke at it manually. So what have we got here? Noob of the Linux says, so no LexD containers then, or is systemd LexD? I'm familiar with LexD. I've used it loads. Obviously, when I was at Canonical, it was like the go-to, container tooling. And I'm obviously familiar with Docker because of the day job now. But I've used systemd-nspawn, particularly for foreign architecture builds for years, and I really like it. And so it's just a workflow that I like. And other than this, has been very reliable for building ARM stuff on an x86 workstation, which is how no, it doesn't need privileged. Oh, sorry. I see there's a different conversation going on there. I'm just about to step into it. Nothing wrong with systemd in a container. Yeah, I do it for Snapcraft. Yeah. And I've got another project on the go at the moment, Gary, called Machine Spawn. which is trying to take this concept and turn it into a reusable component for doing local builds and I've forgotten, CI/CD. And I saw Padza was asking for HEVC. Well, it would have probably worked if it had worked, if you know what I mean. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop out of here and we'll do an auto build of 28.0.3. I think that is the correct version, isn't it? Let's see if this one builds with the newer version of the plugin on the newer version of OBS. So noob of the Linux, you would love a git link when you get it working. What, to machine spawn? Is that what you're asking about? Yeah. Okay, you use Podman, don't you, Gary? I think I heard you saying so. Machine spawn. Well, I have been meaning to stick it up on GitHub. Let's just drop over to VS Code whilst that's building. I've got some information there for so there you go, top of my list is publish on GitHub. I do remember that when I was doing this on stream, I think it was a bit broken. I think I'd broken something when I added architecture support. So let's just do machine spawn bootstrap Ubuntu 22.04, and we'll just call this 1. So that's the container name. The container is called 1. And there it is, and I can hopefully run that container. No, doesn't look like. So what didn't happen there? Let's have a look. Does this bootstrap directory actually have anything in it? No, that looks busted, doesn't it? Oh, have I got pathing errors? No. So, I think what we'll do then is we'll just RM all of those bootstrap directories. Didn't I have a clean cache? Let's try that. But I think clean cache was what I found the bug in and is broken. So clean cache, here we go. Because clean cache asks for a name, and it shouldn't be a container name. It should be so clean. This needs to be renamed. It should be clean bootstrap. Is what it should be, and clean bootstrap, and it's not a container name, it's a bootstrap cache. Okay, so maybe if I did that and then we go to the function here and clean this stuff up, so we can still call that name, that's reasonable. But where are we going to be looking? We're going to be, yeah, that'll work. That'll work now. Clean bootstrap. So if I save that, and we'll just try that now. So machine spawn, clean bootstrap. And then Ubuntu 22.04. Oh, I see. There's... I've got all sorts. Because, yeah, this was mid-transition. So get rid of that one. And get rid of that one. Okay. And now let's have a look. Yeah, okay. So now we'll get rid of that one. Let's just clean them all up whilst we're here. So the feature works at least. So... okay, now let's bootstrap that container again, which we'll have to bootstrap it. And create. Oh, there we go. So this is failed. Huh. Oh yeah, this was it. Now I remember. Had a failure because we're, for reasons I couldn't figure out at the time. I didn't look very hard. It's trying to stand up an ARM64 container, and that's wrong because it should be AMD64 by default, and the reason why it's failing is because it's trying to access ARM binaries in the wrong archive path. So let's see if we can fix this. Then I could stick this up on GitHub. So that's still building over there. We'll let that build in the background. Let's see if we can figure out what I did to break this. So so we've got here parameter 3. That's what's going on here. I think we want something like this. Yeah, okay. Let's think about this. I think we probably just want to make this a bit simpler. If parameter 3 is set, then make the architecture equal to that. Otherwise, make it AMD 64. I don't think... then we could do case arch like so. This is making sure we've passed a legit thing in. We'll just do true because those are all going to be supported, and then we'll have this, which is, there we go, unsupported architecture. Thank you, GitHub Copilot. So I think that's possible. Might work. Let's go and try it. In fact, what we're doing, I want to do that, and I want to bring this up. We want to clean that there because it's corrupt, and then we want to try and bootstrap it again. Nope. Where's it getting ARM64 from? Have I got ARM64? Oh man, look at that. You silly boy. You silly boy. Right. That'll be why. Okay. Hard-coded it. What a silly thing to do. Right then, let's try this again. So we'll purge that bootstrap directory and we'll go again. Yeah, whoops indeed. Very good. Appropriate use of the animations there, Lycan. Very good. Right, okay, that's working. There we go. So I think actually we've probably at a point where we could consider sticking this in GitHub, because that's clearly fixed. So let's have a little look. What have we got? We've got run, remove. We've got the pull tar, which we've got the wrapper for to work around bugs in systemd. We've got the list. We probably want to do like list cache or list bootstrap as well, but I'm not going to do that now. And then we've got bootstrapping itself. So I think, yeah, the basics are there. So image 1 exists. So let's do this. Let's do machine spawn remove 1. And now let's do it again, and it should just import from that cache. There we go. So now we should be able to run it. Run 1. There we go. We're in. Good job. Okay, and let's just make sure that now we can also do this. Let's do ARM64, and we'll call this 2. So this should create an ARM64 container. This does take a bit longer, but it looks like it's doing the right thing, which is probably all I need to be satisfied. That's gonna bring up what we want. Okay, so let's have a look then. I used to run 32-bit Firefox with the Flash plugin back in the early days of AMC in a CH root. Yeah, well, this thing that uses the systemd containers, uses systemd-nspawn. It's a, you know, it's a build tool basically. But it was originally a set of scripts that did things with a CH root. That was how I was doing it, and this was like 7 years ago, and it was horribly unreliable. So when I discovered systemd-nspawn, I changed the tooling to use systemd-nspawn, because that did all of the it automatically mounts up, you know, dev proxys and all the rest of it intelligently, which you have to although it was scripted, you do by hand in, you know, with a CH root. So that was why I switched to it, and all of my build issues went away. So I've been very happy with this this workflow. Right, well, I think we've got a thing that works. So let's go and create a Git project for it. Don't sign your releases. What releases are you referring to, Gary? I provide hashes for the portable builds. I don't sign everything. I do sign the Ubuntu Mate images that I produce, the hardware specific ones. Trying to see if your OBS Portable will save me some time as I'm commenting out a distro check. Oh, right. Yeah, I could have a go at getting that working on Debian if you like, Gary. It should all be possible. The build dependency should be very similar. The 2210 boots fine on Debian SID. Yeah, actually, yeah, because it would, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's fine. It's essentially, it's a few weeks offset now. How long's the freeze window been in place? About a month. But it's, yeah, that should be pretty close. Yeah, okay, well, that's good to know. So maybe I should start there. I should add the Debian support exclusively for SID, because I now know it should just work, and then work it back from there. Yeah, okay, well, that's good to know. Excellent. Right, let's think about how we can sort out a release. Let's think, what's the best way to do this? Did I have anything in here that we've just fixed? I don't think so. I think somebody spotted that the container that I was building in was root, this is what this bit's for here. Have a mechanism by which you can stand up users inside the containers, so you don't have to use the root context, even though it is, you know, it's a CI process in a container. There we go. So that ARM container looks like that's come up. So let's run to, now if we do uname -m, there we go. So we're now running an ARM64 container on x86 workstation. So this was the origins of this project, was to do precisely this: compile a lot faster on a Threadripper than you can on a Raspberry Pi. that was why I created this initially. yeah, I'm talking about the import freeze in Ubuntu, because obviously each new Ubuntu release is effectively, it tracks Debian unstable until about a month before release, and then there's an import freeze, so there's nothing new from the Debian archive for sort of about a month, and then when the release comes out, the import freeze is lifted and there's a deluge of updates that land in what will be Ubuntu next. But yeah, if you're running SID, then the 2210 version of OBS Portable is probably very similar. Did you run the OBS dependency script after you'd hacked out the safeguards I put in there? Because you'll need to run that to make sure that the appropriate, and it's possible some of those package names could be different in Ubuntu. Oh, you just ran OBS Portable. Then you got lucky. I'd be interested to know if you... So OBS dependencies, part of the build process, it walks all of the stuff it built and uses LDD to determine what libraries are required, and then matches those back to the package names, and it builds that script, OBS dependencies, which is just to install everything that the OBS Portable build needs. I'd be interested to know if that works on Debian after you've hacked out the safeguards that are in there. Yeah, okay, so there's some bits missing. Yeah. So OBS is fairly tolerant, you know, if there's a plugin that requires a library that hasn't been installed, it will, you know, gracefully step over that, you know, unloadable plugin. Right, where was I? I think what we'll do is we'll head here to get cracking. I'm going to try something I've never done before. We're going to open a repository. Init. We're going to init a local thing. What's this here? Account. Wimpy's World. Oh, well done, Paul. So you'll see the lights have changed. That always takes me by surprise here when that happens at home. So we're going to create a machine spawn. We will clone after init. Oh, okay, so create repository, browse. So let's go to development and Wimpy's World. I've never done this before, so I'm curious to see how it will work. Git license, yeah, we can do MIT. This is kind of good, isn't it? I wonder if this will work. Git ignore template. Default branch main, description, a wrapper for machine control and systemd-nspawn for creating containers. That'll do. It's not the best description ever. Okay, where to clone to? Okay, this is going to do the right thing, is it? I don't want it to clone to this place. I want it to use that thing. So let's do this. Initialize in this browser. Where did that open? Over here. Initialize in development. Wimpy's world. Machine spawn. I usually do this at the command line like an animal, but I thought I'd don't need LFS. So let's do create a repository. Failed. Machine spawn directory exists. What? Cancel that. Okay. Let's try doing it. So it's create it there and do create. There we go. Initial commit. There we go. We did it. Okay. So let's now add that. Stage that file. Add machine spawn. And commit that change. And then let's say, can I do push to, does it know where to push it? It shouldn't do. Let's say push. There is no remote to push to. Would you like to add one? Yes, I would. There we go. Machine spawn. So GitHub. Wimpy's world. Machine spawn. Origin description. I know I can do these things. Okay. There we go. Alright, that'll do it. So that's public. Create and push. I assume that's doing its thing, and it's done. View on GitHub. Okay, well let's go and do that thing. I won't click on that link because it will open in the wrong browser. So let's hop over here. Which one of these many browser windows do I need to be looking at? This one. So we should have a new project. There it is. There we go. It's super fresh, but there you go, Padza. Was it Padza that was asking for this? No, it wasn't. It's new with the Linux, wasn't it? There you go. There it is. For what it's worth. It may be chock full of bugs because I've been hacking on this purely on live streams, and I haven't been checking very much, but there it is. Feedback and pull requests gratefully accepted. I will be working on it though, so expect it to change. We'll smarten up the readme and all of that other projecty stuff soon. So yeah, that was us playing around with making sure we'd fixed the big bug, so that's good. And I can now, I suppose I could do this, right? There we go. That'll be the next commit. So let's just take a look and see if the OBS build... Oh, it's still going. Good lord. Okay, where are we in the great scheme of things? So it looks like it's cloned Stream Effects. What? That's really early in the... Stream Effects is an in-tree plugin. Huh. Okay. That's curious. That's taking a long time. I'm just checking my internet connection, thinking, are we on a go slow? Because the cloning... Alright, so we're into the build now. Let's see if this completes. Oh, this is the second... Yeah, this is the second build. Okay, that makes sense. So it builds OBS Studio twice. Once without any of the plugins and add-ons, just to create the headers and libraries that some of the out-of-tree plugins require later on. So this build is doing the build with OBS with the in-tree plugins overlaid. So if this completes, at least we get that much. I might have to ask my friends to upgrade to OBS Studio. In fact, they would be able to upgrade to OBS Studio 28 if I've added this in. So we're close. There we go. So that built fine. How bizarre. And now it's going to do the out of tree plugins. Okay, hello Ace. I'm just going to say Ace because I can't pronounce the whole thing together. So you've said here, gosh, I love Gitkraken, but I just can't afford that price tag. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't remember how much it is actually. Let's go and learn together because I do pay for it. Although technically, if you're working on just open source stuff, I think their free tier permits you to use it for working on open source stuff. So at least you can use it for that, I think. Let's Git Kraken. Now, I've got another suggestion for you if you want some. It is free for open source. Yeah, I thought so. So, but let's have a look at the pricing. Oh, I didn't know that was taken. Oh, bother. Gitkraken pricing. So, Pro, I think I pay for this. So what is it? $4.95 a month. But I pay annually, I think, which gets you a slight discount. So I'm going to say, I think last time I renewed my subscription, it was like $39, I think, for the year, I think. Now, here's the other idea. Interesting that says there's pricing on that, because I'd never seen that either. Oh, it's the same. Interesting. So GitLens is a Visual Studio Code plugin, which is very good as well. So it is free with those limitations. So that seems reasonable because all of this stuff seems to be for connecting to managed environments. So maybe you might want to try, if you're using VS Code, maybe give GitLens a try. It's in the extensions marketplace. I prefer to keep my code editor and my source management separate, which is why I use Gitkraken. I absolutely love Gitkraken. So what do we get here? So solo developers, 1 user. Cross-platform, work with local public integrations, built image. So it doesn't say you can't use it. So what's the main limitation here? Oh, probably. Oh, yeah, that's it. I remember. I think that was one of the, that was one of the main reasons why I upgraded, because I have a few private repos that I keep odds and ends in, and I wanted to be able to use Gitkraken for those. But it doesn't seem to be as limited as I remember it. So you, other than the public repos thing, if you can, if you can overcome some of this, then there you go. There you go. I think you can get away using it, and then skip a coffee a day for a month, and then save up enough to buy it or something like that. Anyway, there we go. That was interesting because I was curious. I couldn't remember how much I'm paying, but I think it was $39 when it's integrated into the client, I think, the way that I purchased the license. Anyway, there we go. Let's see. How did that build go? That worked, didn't it? That build worked. So, we'll have that. We'll take that at least. If it's going to work in 28, I think we'll take that as... and I'll have a chat to my friends and see if that is acceptable to them. Oh, I suppose what I should do is make sure it actually runs. Let's go here. So let's go to the artifacts from the build. And let's extract. This is the new one, right? Yes. Let's extract that. And make sure... Oh my gosh, what's this? Oh, Yannick. What's going on? What did you do? Oh. Arena bot. Well, I don't like whoever Arena bot is. Just entered this space. Oh, someone in Introfo's watching. Ah, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Wise MX, I think I'm pronouncing that. Wise M. Welcome to the stream. Oops. If you say that it's blazingly fast, people will go for it. What's blazingly fast? Sorry. I wonder if the rebrand of HGGit is easier to use. Oh, so actually, before I was using Gitkraken, I used to use a thing, I think it's called SmartGit. Let's see if we can find it, because I think they've got a Mercurial version, and it was very good too. Let's just have a quick look. I can't remember the name of the company, so I'm going to have to search for SmartGit. And hopefully that... I think they've got a thing called... There's it, yeah, Syntivo. And I think they have... oh no, it was Subversion. Nobody wants that. I can't... There must be a market for it, but oh boy, it makes me shudder at the dark days of Subversion. And of course, before it, bloody CVS. Okay, so no, they don't have a Mercurial UI. But this is very good too, SmartGit. This is what I used before I learned of the mighty Gitkraken. Right then, let's go back to where we are testing, which was here. A bit all over the place this stream today, but there we go. Where it goes sometimes. Let's see. Let's first of all see if OBS dependencies brings in anything new. It shouldn't do. It should all be the same. Are you thinking of Tortoise? Yes. Oh, yes, Tortoise. Yeah, that's got different versions. Is that available for Linux? I remember that from the Windows days. Oh, wow, look at all of this. Why does it want to bring all of that in? And why does it want to bring that in for i386? Why? Well, that's curious. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to have to put some exclusions into because I'm running Pipewire. So I think we need to expressly, it's fine for these to be pulled in, although I'm a bit curious as to why it thinks it needs the i386 version. So I think I need to put some exclusions in the dependency builder to specifically exclude any architecture tags. I can't even imagine how that got on the system. And then also exclude that, because the libraries are fine, but if you're using Pipewire, you absolutely don't want this outcome. That's going to be bad. So I'm not going to install those because I'm sure it's going to work fine, but I think we're going to have to go and fix that. So OBS Portable, let's just run it. OBS is already running. Hopefully that's appeared on the right screen. Yep, seems to have done. So launch anyway. And we should have a load of these windows off screen. So I'll just drag all of these wizardy windows down to the right OBS display. There we go. Okay, so that's OBS itself. So we're just going to cancel the wizard. Just ignore those messages. No. Okay. There should be another one appearing any second now. Where did that come? Yep, that's in the right spot. Go. So this is this new build. And in tools, we should have, there it is, RTSP server. Awesome. That is doing the right thing. So that works, but I can't explain why it didn't build on OBS 27, but I'm going to overlook that right now. The Prometheus plugin. Oh, Gary, send me links. Who triggered that hello thingy? How did that go off? That was unusual. You did weeks ago. Oh, you're gonna have to tell me again. My brain's not that good. Okay, so that runs. It works, but we need to tweak up the little script, I think. Okay. Well, what is good news is that my streaming experiments for multi-streaming with work seem to be going well. So I've had my first viewer on some other streaming site which I'm using as a test, which is amusing to me. Only 13 memory leaks. Yeah, I know. That's one of the drawbacks. I did go hunting for some of them recently. It's a Go plugin. I can maybe PR it. If it's Go, I do have something else that's written in Go. One of the other plugins. I think 2 of the other plugins are Go plugins. Oh, or at least one is. So I did. So you'll find that Golang is in the build tooling. Let's go and take a look. So if we go back to OBS Portable and code, the main builder is this OBS build script here, builder OBS build. And it's probably an out of tree plugin if it's Go. So I should be able to find that by looking at the plugins for OBS 28 out of tree. So I'm gonna say it's one of these, one of those, I think. I think it might be OBS Teleport is written in Go. So let's go and have a little look and see if we can find that. Where's my, there it is. So that's where we put the Golang bits in. And update the alternatives for the newer stuff, that's fine. Pango, that's fine. Insufficient. Okay, so insufficient Golang and Pipewire support in Ubuntu 20.04. Okay, so that's just skipping over. So it's possible that more than one of these is implemented in Go. Here we go. OBS Teleport definitely is. So here is a potential template for building the other thing if it's Go. It might be that is enough to make it work. Just add it in there. Who the releases for the plugin 404s too. Go has memory leaks. No, the OBS Studio has memory leaks. I see the question. So, in fact, to be fair, OBS Studio does not have any memory leaks. Some of those 40-something plugins that I build in, some of those have memory leaks, and that's why you get that memory leak message at the end when you shut it down. But stock OBS does not generate any memory leaks in the current release, as far as I recall. Right then. Okay. I think we'll get that committed up for 28 at least. I'm not going to do 27. I think we're just... Oops, what have I got here? We'll just stage... Not that file. Yeah, this is all we want, isn't it? That. So add RTSP server version 3.0.0.0 dash beta. I've got too many noughts. Beta 3 to OBS 28. And we'll make that a pull request and get that thing done. Yeah, so if you want to do a PR, Gary, that would be ace. What do you use it for? Just out of interest, what is it that you're getting out of OBS? Was it Prometheus? What is it you're sticking in Prometheus? Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here? No, I don't know what's going on here. I've seen the little hello animation run a couple of times, but I'm not seeing anyone redeeming channel points, so I don't quite know how that's going off. So Gary says, oh, I export my dropped frames. I see. And display them as a Grafana dashboard. Interesting. How do you get sight of that data? What is it you're integrating with to get that information out of OBS? That sounds very interesting to me. So have you then got like the Grafana dashboard as a browser source inside of OBS, so you can see it? Because I used to have the stats displayed at the bottom of what I'm looking at right now, to sort of keep an eye on that stuff. But that stats panel is just big and ugly, so I don't use it anymore. So having something to replace that would be rather nice. So Gary goes on to say that the Prometheus exporter plugin has that data, and then Grafana dashboard. So the Prometheus exporter already knows how to talk to OBS. Nifty. Nifty. I will definitely be interested in learning more about that. So let's see, where are we? Let's create a pull request. And go and do the right thing with that. Let's get all of that merged up. In fact, we need to do something else, don't we? We need to update this. We need to update this in several ways. Let's Control Z that. Let's do, just make those words say beta. Like so, and we are building the beta version. So we'll just copy all of these lines and then modify things. We also need to, I think that needs to change. We need to go and do a plugin count as well. And the current beta is 21.0 dash beta 1, I think it was. Okay. That Cube 5, Cube 6 things are getting a bit irritating, isn't it? But that is the version number. just entered. Hang on. What are we looking at here? Hey. Hey, Krator, welcome to the stream. So, let's do this. That's interesting. So that's a message that appeared from somewhere else. If it's been updated for OBS Studio 28. Sorry. So, you're talking about the plugin, right? So if, well, the benefit of OBS Studio Portable is you can pick your version of OBS Studio. So, you know, hopefully, if it's not updated, but this is one of the reasons why I did this, like, creating multiple builds is I've got some stream setups, like the one I did for Foss Talk Live. That is, uses OBS Studio 26. And similarly, the last time I updated the set for 8-bit verses, that was OBS Studio 26 as well. So I've got these older versions so I can sort of preserve in Aspic those stream setups and still reference them and start them and look at them and learn from them, because, you know, I always do things differently. So this is going to be 6 and 6 now, isn't it? But if it uses any UI elements and it's an extra, you know, it's a plugin that appears in like the tools menu, then it will need porting to Qt 6. Some plugins are clever about like how they determine what's going on, so we need to add that. And then let's look for some of the plugins. Where's the best place to put it? Automation, is it an automation thing? RTSP server, encoding and output, that's where it should go. That's where it should go. So let's just make a placeholder for it. So yeah, we'll give it a name. And we'll get rid of that. Let's go and find it and put all the right info in. Where is my browser window? There it is. Went by it again. Here it is. So that is what we need for the URL. And do they have a basic description? I mean, it's not very verbose description, but there we go. Right, so that's that updated too. You're killing me here. So yeah, my so all your stuff is 28. Okay. So yeah, so Gary's. If we can update OBS Studio Portable to work on Debian, and we'll put all the right safety harnesses in, but it's there specifically to stop people doing this. What I was really cautious about is people downloading, like clicking the wrong download link, downloading a version for 2004 and trying to run it on 2204. So that's what those safeguards are there, is to really make sure that, you know. Oh yes, the dead bootstrap. Yeah. It's everywhere, man. I tell you what, I'm good at guardrails. It's a specialist subject. Right, there we go. So that's that. We'll update that README, and we won't do a release today. I was thinking I'll do a release, but now I know that dependencies builder is not quite right. I think I should fix that before we do anything. So if we now wc-l builder plugins 28 star.txt, there are now 44 plugins in the 28s. And for the 27s, there are how many? Still 42. Ah, 42. That's more. That's gone up. Okay, let's check 26. I really don't think that's changed. It's gone down. 28 in total. Okay. All right, fair enough. There we go. So there we go. There's the updated numbers. So that's good. Right, we'll get that pushed in as that little README update that needs to go up. Oh, hang on. I'm in the wrong place entirely. So let's unstage that. Let's go back to there. Let's pull our changes from origin. And now let's just update the README. And I also, there we go, that's good. So I can push that up. And we'll hop over to the thing and get this all merged up and done. So let's just drop in here. Go to our pull requests. This is several things. It is an enhancement. And it is Hacktoberfest accepted, of course. So there we go. We'll rebase and merge that. Confirm the rebase and merge. Delete that branch. Clean up after ourselves. Right. Gosh, what a lot of fun. Right then. I see Gary's asking questions. So I'm gonna go here so I can pay attention. So what's this? This is where I type Y, which is much easier to type than I know what I'm doing. 240 remove. What's this? What's that message from? Just pipe yes into everything. I've got hard stops in my scripts. I think that's what what Gary's bumping up against. So what's this? Did you read the output? From my machine as part of a dist upgrade, including X. Wow. Okay, so that what on what on your machine? What did you run to generate that? The OBS dependencies thing. It's possible that is coming about. Oh, Sid has broken packages. It's not my doing. That's what I'm trying to qualify. I haven't done this to you, right? I've not given you a script that's trying to remove half your OS. Please tell me it ain't so. No, it's a dist upgrade on my workstation. Sid is broken at the moment. Not my problem. Good. And Tommy says, Tommy, yes. So Tommy says, are you open for experiments? Always open for experiments. Can highly recommend the Hyperland window manager, Wayland. It's absolutely awesome, and the dev is really motivated to fix bugs and add features. Interesting. I haven't tinkered around with Wayland compositors for ages. Let's have a little look. So what is it called? Hyperland. Let's go and look it up. I'm not going to run it now. So Hyperland dynamic tiling Wayland compositor that doesn't sacrifice on its looks. I thought it was going to say doesn't suck. Okay, does it include screenshots? Am I going to get to see something pretty? Oh, there's a website. Let's go there. Let's go here. Okay. I can't click on these to make them bigger. Well, that's a shame. That's very sad. There's not a make it bigger option. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, fancy. Wow. Well, that does look nice. If you like a bit of Wayland and tiling window managers. Oh, that does look pretty. I'm not going to lie. That does look pretty. Well, there we go. If you're into tiling, this might be very interesting to you. Nice. I like the look of that. Thank you for that tip, Tommy. That's a good one. Definitely something to have a play with sometime soon. It's like Sway, but more open to suggestions. Very good. Okay. Trackpad gestures. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, I liked the rounded corners, and I saw Gary was saying if the gaps could be removed. I quite like that sort of visual separation between the windows. That's quite nice. I'm not sure if I'd run it like that, but it looks nice. It looks nice for the purposes of those demonstrations. Right, okay, did everything get merged? So let's go back to here. I think I did. Right, we've got no outstanding pull requests. There's that. The commit before it should be the updated readme. Good. So we're not going to do a release because we need to fix the dependency generator. And you never know, I might get a pull request from Gary. So I'll hang around and see if something rocks up. Right, let's have a look and see if all of these other experiments that I'm running in different places are working. Okay, we could give them a try, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So, click on that. Right then, so we will go. Oh gosh, how do I do this? I don't have any of my usual things in the usual places. So let's push that button. So the important thing to know is we're going to be streaming on twitch.tv/SlimDevOps later. So let's do this. We are going to be streaming there later today. I need to chat with my colleague Stephen, who is going to be sharing some of what he's been working on. So if you're not, if you like container stuff, head over to SlimDevOps and give us a follow over there. Yes, Tommy, do. Keep reminding me. I'm quite serious. I'm going to go on like a NixOS journey and catalogue every mistake imaginable from a perspective of from the perspective of a new Nix user. So thanks very much, Noob of the Linux. I appreciate that. That's great. And we're going to go raiding. So I'm going to be back. What's today? Today is Wednesday. So we're streaming on SlimDevOps later today. So get subbed over there so you know when. And tomorrow we're also streaming on SlimDevOps because we've got a hackathon running and we're going to talk about the hackathon and how to enter. We've got cash money prizes available in our hackathon. So if you've got a project that's been burning a hole in your mind and you've never got round to it and you want to do a containerized project and stand the chance of winning some money, then come and join us to find out more about that tomorrow. So I will probably stream here tomorrow morning, my time. So similar time to now. Probably start a bit earlier. And that is so that will be my final stream for about a week because I'm going off traveling, so I won't be streaming for a spot. I've updated the Twitch schedule accordingly, but I think I want to try and dust off Machine Spawn a bit more and round out some of its features and capabilities. So yeah, there is a concern with this that if I start getting into Nix, I might I know, because I have played with Nix a little bit, but I consider myself new to it. I do worry that I might like it a bit too much. It's a genuine concern that I have. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So thank you all for coming, and we're going to go and raid Zengo Web, who have been getting a lot of love from some of the dev community on Twitch. So we're going to go there and do that now. And then I will review all of my streaming experiments and make sure everything's worked. So bye for now. Hope to see you at Slim DevOps later today. And if not, see you here tomorrow. Bye for now. Have a good one.